Alrighty, folks, we're now 5-0 in our last 5 extra daily picks on my premium page. And you know I got to give a big shout out to all of you Gold Club members out there because you guys cashed in on 5 more tickets on my premium page yesterday. We had Notre Dame in college football, T-Wolves, and Golden State in the NBA. We also cashed in on South Alabama and Portland State in college basketball. And the only way you could have accessed all those winners is to join my full access, all-inclusive Gold Club package. Now, Gold Club members get access to every single premium selection of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. And before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick time out and welcome you to my NBA free pick video here today for Friday, January 10th, 2025. Happy Friday to you. The weekend is finally here. Congratulations, you made it. Of course, if you're joining me for the first time here today, my name is Brock Page. I've been dishing out free sports picks on social media since 2016. And once again, folks, we are 5-0 in our last 5 extra daily picks. Now, we're also 2-0 in our last couple of crowd pleaser teasers. And finally, folks, we are 3-0 in our last 3 college basketball tier package picks. And the good news is we've got plays going off in all of those packages here today, and they are all included with your full access, all-inclusive Gold Club membership. And with that, folks, let's go ahead and dive into some free content. We're going to take a look at the Warriors taking on the Pacers, 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off. Indiana's -8.5, totals 222. Now, the Pacers have definitely had their issues on defense. These guys are in the bottom 10 in points allowed, and they put a lot of people to the foul line as well. And they're facing a Golden State team who's a legit deep ball threat. The Warriors are in the top 5 in three-point shooting, top 3 in offensive boards. Kevon Looney leads the program here in rebounds per game. Steph Curry drills 42% of his long balls. When it comes to the injury list, Wiggins, Moody, Kuminga, and Podziemski are questionable for Golden State. Halliburton and Turner questionable for Indiana. Nesmith is also still out for the Pacers as well. I like Golden State +8. All right. Next matchup. Is that 8 or 8.5? Golden State +8. Sorry, I misspoke in the opener. I said it was 8.5. Golden State +8. All right, next matchup. Pelicans, Sixers, 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off. Philadelphia's -3.5, totals 221. Now, the Sixers did get the W in 6 out of their last 9. They're actually in the top 10 in the league in defensive points per game. Tyrese Maxey leads the club in steals. Kelly Oubre snags a handful of boards per contest. They're facing a Pelicans team on the other side who's just 7-31 overall and just 14-24 against the point spread. When it comes to shooting the basketball, well, the Pelicans are second to last in offensive field goal percentage. Now, injury-wise, Murray and Williamson are questionable. Jones and Murphy still out. Meanwhile, for Philly on the other side, Drummond, Embiid, Lowry, and Martin inactive. Paul George is day-to-day. Now, total-wise, Philly saw 3 out of their last 5 stay under the line. Meanwhile, the Pelicans saw their last 3 straight stay under the total themselves. Unders against the likes of the Blazers, T-Wolves, and Wizards. I like the Sixers -3.5, under 221. And unfortunately, folks, I cannot give you a freebie in that Bucks Magic game. Moving on, Kings, Celtics, 7:30 p.m. East. Boston's -10.5, totals 230. And even though the Celtics are 27-10 straight up on the year, they do have a losing record against the point spread. Of course, more recently, Boston failed to cover in 5 out of their last 9. And there are a few problem areas that I'm concerned about. For one, Boston's currently in the bottom 10 in defensive turnovers. Not overly optimistic on the defense. Not overly opportunistic on the defensive end of the court. And I'll tell you, They're taking on a Sacramento squad who does a great job getting to the stripe. The Kings are currently second in the league in free throw percentage. They're also 8th in shooting from the field. Domantas Sabonis shoots 44% from three-land, second in the league in rebounds. And DeMar DeRozan's averaging over 20.5 points a game. Now, injury-wise, De'Aaron Fox is questionable with a hip. Keep an eye on him. Meanwhile, for Boston on the other side, Walsh and White are questionable. Peterson's out. Now, total-wise, the Celtics did see unders in their last 3 straight. Sacramento saw unders recently against the likes of the Sixers, Mavericks, and Pacers. I like the Kings plus 10.5, under 230. Next matchup should be a good one. Thunder Knicks, 7:30 p.m. East. OKC's -3 away from home, totals 225. OKC's 30-7 on the year, 27-10 against the point spread. And of course, New York's 25-13 themselves, winning a record against the number as well. Of course, both squads with their fair share of scores. New York's in the top 3 in shooting from the field. Jalen Brunson leading that locker room in points. And OKC on the other side, they are the best free throw shooting team in the game. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 3rd in the league in points per contest. Now, injury-wise, Mitchell, Caruso, and Holmgren are still out for Oklahoma City. Towns and McBride are questionable for New York. And when it comes to the total, the Knicks saw overs recently against the likes of the Bulls, Wizards, and Spurs. Meanwhile, OKC saw overs in 5 out of their last 9. When it comes to selecting a winner in this one, this game is being featured as today's Gold Club tier package pick. So if you want to see whether I like OKC laying the 3 on the road, or if I like the Knicks catching a 3 ball at home here, this game's once again being featured as today's Gold Club pick. But as far as making a free play is concerned, I like the over 225. Next contest, Wizards Bulls, 8 o'clock Eastern tip-off. Chicago's -11, totals 240.5. Now, the Bulls got the W in 4 out of their last 6 outings, winning record against the point spread thus far. And the Bulls have had little problems getting on the scoreboard. They're a top 5 point producing team, top 3 in three-pointers made. Zach LaVine knocks down 44% of his deep balls, club leader in scoring. And Nikola Vucevic, he's drilling 42% of his three-pointers, double-digit rebounds per contest. And speaking of boards, well, the Wizards, they are the worst defensive rebounding team in the game. They're also allowing a league-worst 122 points per contest. Now, injury-wise, Holmes, Vukovic, Sarr, Davis, Brogdon, and Poole are questionable for Washington. Craig and Dosunmu still out for the Bulls. When it comes to the total, Chicago saw overs recently against the likes of the Knicks and Hawks. Meanwhile, Washington saw overs in 5 out of their last 9 themselves. I like the Bulls -11, over 240.5. With that, folks, we're going to dive into our next and final breakdown for the video. It's going to be in that Nets-Nuggets game, 9 o'clock Eastern tip-off. Denver's -15.5 at home, totals 222. And even though Denver's 5 games above 500, they do have a losing record against the point spread. Meanwhile, Brooklyn's just 13-24 themselves, but they are 20-17 against the number. Of course, more recently, they did cover against the likes of the Magic and Milwaukee twice. And even though they really haven't been quite offensive juggernauts, they have done a nice job shooting from three-land. Brooklyn's currently 7th in three-pointers made per game. And they're facing a Denver team who failed to cover recently against the likes of Boston, Cleveland, and Phoenix. And when it comes to defensive play, they are 24th in points allowed. Now, injury-wise, Jokic, Gordon, and Jones are questionable for Denver. Russell, Johnson, Bogey, and Thomas still inactive for Brooklyn. Having said that, though, I still think the Nets can keep it within a landslide. I like Brooklyn plus 15.5. And with that, folks, now it's time for our quick pick recap. I like Golden State plus 8, getting the job done against the number. Give me the Sixers -3.5, under 221. I'm 5-0, my last 5 extra daily picks on my premium page. I have no free pick available for you in the Bucks Magic game. Give me the Kings plus 10.5, under 230. I like the over 225 in the Oklahoma City New York Knicks game. Give me the Bulls minus 11, over 240.5. And give me Brooklyn plus 15.5, getting the job done against the point spread. And with that, folks, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on my premium site. And if you do end up getting a membership here today on that premium page, just a friendly reminder, you're going to get access to that package every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships during that time frame, absolutely free. Going to be included with your membership. That's why I always tell folks that Gold Club package, it's a full access, all-inclusive membership. Gives you access to every single premium selection of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. But most importantly, folks, got to thank you for joining me right here on the free video. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, folks, happy Friday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my premium page.